From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Good Friday morning. It's 5:30. Welcome to Montana This Morning. I'm Victoria Hill. Happy to see you starting your day with us. And we have Miller joining us from home. Now, Miller, I have to ask, the sweater you're wearing, TGIF, yes. The sweater you're wearing, is there a story behind it, or are you just getting a little comfortable?
My wife dressed me this morning. That's
okay. Following the rules. I'm all for that. That's always good.
You know, she's still in bed, but you know she's eventually going to get up. So I figured I better wear it before she, you know.
Yeah. Then there's the video proof too. We have you're on air, so.
Hey, come here. Can I tell you a secret?
Yes.
I'm scared to death of my wife.
As every husband should be. I hope you're getting up and doing the dishes and cleaning the house.
Other husbands know my wife? What?
Miller's having too much fun at home this morning.
Yeah. That's just coffee, not Irish coffee. Okay.
I'm having a hard time believing that.
No, sir, how are you doing? You know, I want to be honest with you. I'm trying to keep it light. I really do miss you guys. You know, we've only been together for a couple weeks, and you guys have really become a big part of my family. And I miss being in there with you guys. So figured, you know, if I kept myself laughing and keep myself smiling, it'll prevent me from crying, I guess. But I really want to get back in there. Hopefully next week we'll be together again.
Yeah.
I know you guys are doing everything you can. I know there's a fund going to keep me at home, but I'll be back there sooner or later.
Stop that. We miss having you here because that little bit of downtime during the commercials and whatnot, that makes a huge difference. When you're not here, we can't do that. So you're missed.
That's true.
Yes.
All right. Am I going to do weather now? You want me to do weather?
Yes, please. Awkward silence. Fill it with weather.
I know. This delay's killing me. All right, let's take a look at the Stockman Bank weather cam as we take a live look at downtown Billings. That really is a beautiful shot. I don't think I could ever get used to looking at that. Just a gorgeous start to your day. It is chilly out there. We're looking at temperatures right now. Billings at 26, a little cooler downtown. 13 in Bozeman. We've got 20 in Glendive. My friends in Webo. I heard from some folks from Webo the other day welcoming me to Q2. I appreciate that, guys and gals. Down in Whirling, we're clocking in at 11. Up along the High Line, we're looking at temperatures in the 20s, and we've got some teens as well. Weather, wind has been a big part of our weather the last couple of days. And if you've been watching, we've been telling you this stuff is going to migrate to the east. You can see we have no watches or warnings in terms of weather in our viewing area right now. It's all pushed off there to the Dakotas, although we still see some gusts up to about 40 miles an hour down in Livingston. We've got sustained winds clocking in at about 23 right now. Quick look at your Futurecast. I don't know if this is going to pop up or not. Let's see if it's going to pop up. Okay, well, you know, the QB, when you're at home, working from home, sometime the computer doesn't want to do what it wants you to do. What I was going to show you is we're going to start to see some snow coming in from the west. We have this another little blast of energy coming out of the Pacific. So higher elevations, not only in western Montana, northern Wyoming, you could see anywhere from ½ inch to 2 inches of snow this afternoon through tomorrow morning. Here in Billings, our best chance maybe of seeing some snow on Monday morning, and that's less than ½ inch of accumulation if we see any of that. But we'll tell you more about that with the main forecast coming up. Right now, we're looking at temperatures in the 20s, trying to get up to the 40s today, a little warmer than yesterday. We're only hit 39 here in Billings. We've got a full look at your forecast and more Irish coffee coming up here in just a bit. Victoria.
And I have to say, I like your sweater, Miller. I was just a little thrown off because the last time I bought my husband a sweater, a nice sweater, he didn't wear it. He never wore it. He just gained weight, so it didn't fit him anymore. So that was his strategy to avoid the sweater. So just putting it out there. I was a little thrown off. I was like, a man in a sweater? What's going on here? All right, Miller, we'll check back in with you a little later. Thank you so much.
Right.
Our top story this Friday morning, house fires, wildfires, and winds. Several area homes are reduced to ash in the middle of an unseasonably warm January. First, a fire breaks out in a South Billings mobile home park, destroying 2 homes. Billings firefighters were called to the CNC Community Trailer Court at 307 South Billings Boulevard yesterday evening. When the first responders arrived, thick black smoke was billowing from one mobile home. Despite efforts from firefighters, it quickly spread to the neighboring neighboring trailer. Both appear to be total losses. Fire officials have yet to announce if the homes were occupied. While crews were working to put out that fire, another home caught fire at 215 South 28th Street. When firefighters arrived, it was engulfed in flames. Crews searched for the home's owner, but neighbors were able to reach the man by phone, and he was not home at the time. So many firefighters were battling both fires last night. Laurel and Lockwood departments had to be on standby in case any others broke out in Billings. Now we go to Muscle County, where a wildfire spurred on by this week's high winds destroys 3 homes. Flames broke out Wednesday near the North Delphia subdivision northeast of Roundup. Firefighters are still working to contain the fire that covers nearly 2 miles of land. Officials do not believe the flames will spread further. 7 other secondary structures, including a barn, were also lost in the fire. 3 families lost their homes in Marr County as well. 2 of the houses were damaged due to the high winds, while a 3rd home was destroyed by the fire. Several buildings lost roofs and siding or were toppled over by Wednesday's extreme wind gusts. Turning now to crime news. The man who won a Supreme Court case fighting for hunting rights against the state of Wyoming by citing a 19th century Crow tribal treaty is now in jail in Billings. 39-year-old Clavin Herrera is facing charges of criminal possession of dangerous drugs, theft, strangulation of a partner or family member, and sexual abuse of children. Court documents state the FBI seized Herrera's phone, which contained hundreds of images of children engaging in sexually explicit acts with adults. He'll be arraigned today in district court. In national news, Washington is preparing for a scaled-down inauguration with warnings of potential violence. Thousands of National Guard troops from around the country are headed to D.C. to help keep the peace. CBS's Deborah Alfarone has the latest on the preparations.
These National Guard members left Peoria, Illinois on Thursday, headed for the nation's capital.
It's definitely a lot different than what my friends are doing.
Bridget Wood is a freshman at Illinois State University.
You get excited to do it, but you also get nervous because you never know exactly what to expect.
Following the deadly attack on the U.S. Capitol, the FBI is warning of more potential violence in the coming days.
We are seeing an extensive amount of concerning online chatter.
As a precaution, President-elect Joe Biden, known to travel on Amtrak between Delaware and Washington for decades as a senator, has scrapped plans to take the train to his inauguration.
Playing a vital role here.
About 21,000 troops will be stationed in D.C. for Wednesday's event. Vice President Mike Pence thanked those already in place.
We're going to swear in a new president, a new vice president. We're going to move our nation forward, okay?
Inside the Capitol, lawmakers must work out the details of President Trump's trial following his impeachment by the House. The Senate says it won't start on Inauguration Day.
That's Joe Biden's day.
At least 17 Republicans would have to join all 50 Democrats for a conviction.
I believe this president violated his oath of office, and I believe there must be consequences to that.
I don't think that it rises to an impeachable offense.
More than 100 rioters have been arrested, and officials have identified twice as many suspects. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
The Secret Service is closing the National Mall for the inauguration, effectively shutting hundreds of thousands of people out of the event. In other news, Governor Greg Gianforte is hoping to move forward with a series of new tax cuts. He's looking to reduce the state's top marginal tax rate. Under his proposal, a person bringing in $50,000 a year would save $47 on taxes. The move would reduce the state's tax revenue by $28 million a year. Governor Gianforte also wants to completely eliminate property taxes on business equipment and reduce property taxes for low-income households. Supporters say these moves will attract more businesses to the state.
It's not the only factor, but it's definitely a factor. It's really all about how do we make Montana a more competitive place to attract business and therefore attract jobs and economic growth.
Detractors from the governor's new tax cut plan say the cutting down state revenue significantly puts more pressure on local governments and taxpayers to fund things like schools and infrastructure. The state attorney general will order a dismissal of a lawsuit against a Bozeman bar. The Rocking R Bar was sued by the Gallatin County Health Department for refusing to follow their guidelines and close at 10 p.m. Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen says the rules set by Gallatin County defy common sense and are devastating to Montana workers and small businesses. The Gallatin County attorney argues Knudsen does not have the authority to interfere in this case. A decision by a judge has not yet been made to determine if the case will be thrown out. And before we take a break, a 10-year-old Billings girl is going viral for her response to the Capitol riots in D.C. Emma Jablonski saw a video of D.C. police officer Daniel Hodges being crushed as he tried to defend the Capitol from the mob. So the fourth grader at Meadowlark Elementary decided to write him a letter. Her parents put it on Twitter and quickly got a response from the police department that Officer Hodges would be okay. They even put Emma in contact with them. Her letter is on the way to D.C. and now her letter is all over the internet. Emma's parents say they've received nothing but love from people all over the world.
We're hoping that it inspires other families, other children to do those little acts of kindness, and that it really does make a difference.
Thank you so much for starting your Friday with us here on Montana This Morning.